1, 2, 3, clap.
That's
Much better. Yeah, I think we were both in time. Unlike that bonus content intro. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, questioning some questionable transactions on our PayPal account. That is Brogan Hastings.
And over there in Western Australia, clearly laundering money from the company account is Wayne Giovinazzi.
And if anyone is going to notice anything to do with money laundering, it is AML Officer Extraordinaire, Brogan, middle name Hastings.
Woo! Do you know my middle name? I'm sure I've told you my middle name.
I think that came up in the original Getting to Know You episode. Well,
I never used my middle name.
No, well, neither do I. Do you remember my middle name?
No.
No. Okay. Are we just going to leave it like that?
I really wanted to say Greg. And
no,
proper
God,
seriousness. No. And I know it's not.
Heck no. No, Thomas, like the tank engine.
Thomas, there we go.
I feel like yours is very English. I don't know. It doesn't seem Scottish.
You're not wrong. It's not really a Scottish name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my middle name's only on my passport. I don't even think it's on my driver's license.
Okay. And you're not going to announce it?
It's Blair.
Blair, yes, I do remember, because I think Linda Blair. Yep. Yep, cool. It's like the heavens opened up on your face as you announced Blair once again, yes. But yeah, I'm an idiot, dumbass, stupid person, making mistakes, as one does. Actually, technically...
You are a fool, Giovinazzi.
Oh, that's like a 3-star offensiveness.
I know.
Yeah.
And I meant every syllable.
Every star. It wasn't 100% my fault. It was 100% my fault. I'd say, look,
You sure about that?
I decided that I need to tidy up my Piff Comic website game, right? Because at the moment, the Piff Comic, when you go to piffcomic.com, the web hosting is just piggybacking off of Not So Good at This, right?
Yeah.
The web comic. It's all one website, but you go to piffcomic.com, it goes to Not So Good at This, just the Piff Comics, and it masks the URL, so it still says Piff Comic, right? But I'm having trouble because I needed to fix it, so we'll discuss this later, but for important reasons, I needed a specific thing on the homepage when you go to the Piff Comic website, right?
Yes.
And that is the video card magic trick. So I'm like, I'm going to get dedicated hosting just for Piff Comic. Because we've recently changed over our hosting for Hey Buddy Nice Podcast, and it's a good host, works well, cheap, nice plans. I'll do the same for myself. So I go to the website, I select which plan I want, the basic Ask Bitch one. I go to checkout, and it says, how would you like to pay? And I'm like, well, usually when you click on PayPal, if you don't have an account, it will ask you to sign up with an account on their website, and then will ask you, is this the PayPal account you want to use? I click on it, and it says, transaction done. Thank you for your payment. I'm like, the fuck? You don't even know which PayPal account I want to use, nor have I set up an account with your website.
Yeah.
Turns out it was logged in when it said it wasn't. I don't know how. I've noticed this on their website a lot, actually. And sometimes when you are logged in, you're not. And when you're not, you are. It's fucked up.
Okay.
And why it would not confirm the PayPal account you want to use, I don't know. So we were logged in. I was logged in as Hey Buddy Nice Podcast, and it was linked to our Hey Buddy Nice Podcast PayPal. So it's come out automatically from that.
Cool.
So I've hated on myself because of that. And I did some quick research, and it's like 30-day money-back guarantee. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So after we've recorded this, I need to get on their chat and say, hey, this is what happened. And then I went ahead and bought web hosting for myself.
Right.
But we'll get straight into this, and maybe we'll go into art talk, because this is very art talk related. So the reason why I need this video as the homepage on piffcomic.com is for the big secret project that was being worked on. The one that caused lots of pain and suffering.
Yes.
It is for Piff the Magic Dragon. It is a full comic book of Piff Comic. And the last page is a QR code that you scan with your phone, and it takes you directly to piffcomic.com. That video trick, right? That's the whole idea. So that's what I need it to do. Mm-hmm. So I guess I could go into the whole story about it now, can't I? Because for those who aren't aware, Piff has got a magic book coming out, which has just been announced at Magic Live in Las Vegas in this past week. I
believe it's actually released.
It's not released yet.
I think there are some copies that have been released at Magic Live.
Correct. They sell some of the regular copies of the book at Magic Live, and then at a later date, it's going to become available to purchase. Yes. Now, this is just Piff's magic book at this stage. Piff the Magic Book, Volume 1. He reached out to me. I don't know, it was months ago now, before we went on our big Vegas trip 2023. Yes. And he said, hey, putting together the Piff the Magic Book, are you happy if we put some of the Piff comics in there? And I'm like, mate, whatever you want, go for it. It's yours to use. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, just send them through to me. And so I send him all the comics so he can pick and choose what he wants. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, or maybe it's a fun idea if we do a full separate Piff comic book as well. And I'm like, yes, that does sound like a fun idea.
Now, did this not start because you sent Piff and Jade a comic?
I think that might have given him the idea, because last year, end of the year, sort of as a Christmas thing, sort of not, sort of so he doesn't forget who I am. I've made a comic book of all of the Piff comics at the time and sent it to Piff and Jade and the puppers just to say, hey, thank you very much. None of this would be possible without you in the first place, and blah 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 blah. But it was a very nice looking book. I wish I had it. It's a one of one thing. But I got it done on like a photo book website, basically, Vistaprint or something. And I think that might have sort of triggered in his head, well, why don't we do a full book as well? Now, the idea is that this book is going in the deluxe collector's edition of the Piff the Magic Book, Volume 1. Now, this thing, it comes with his book, it comes with a deck of playing cards, comes with collector coin, and the Piff comic book, Volume 1, Piff comic Volume 1. And it all comes in a very nice looking tacular.
Yes.
Yes. So I've been sent a video and the photo from our buddy Jobeth, who was at Magic Live. So we'll put them up we'll put them on Patreon because I don't think people have really been putting it on social media.
I know that somebody's
some photos.
Yeah, I know that I've seen at least one photo of the book, but it's like somebody had bought a copy of the book.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just the regular edition. I haven't seen any of the extras, so I'm looking forward to this.
So for now...
Oh, no, he did send me a picture of your comic... Job has sent me a picture of your comic book, because it took me a second. I was like, is that in the fucking... What do you call the glass case?
That's right, where we did our art crimes and put the stick... Yeah, he sent me that same photo, and I was like, oh... Piff, they've put the comic book that I sent them in the cabinet. How cool. And then I zoomed in on the book and I'm like, hang on, that is not the book that I made, because it looks very similar. It's the same cover page and everything, but different binding. I'm like, oh wait, holy shit. No, this is the comic book. Holy crap. Yeah. And that's when Jobeth sent me the video as well. But this comic book caused me troubles.
Oh my God, yes.
Putting it together. Because the original, it was done in sort of like a long horizontal sort of format.
Yeah.
And when it got handed over to someone from Vanishing Ink to getting it over the line, they were like, these are the dimensions we want to work with. And it was square. Yeah. And the thing with Piff comics are there's no specific format, no consistency with the size and shape of the comics.
Yeah.
So sometimes they're square panels, sometimes they're long panels, sometimes there's lots of panels, sometimes there's bonus panels, and square was the worst possible outcome whatsoever, because I couldn't get a single comic looking good on it. So like a week of stressing about this, and eventually I get news back saying, you know what, we can actually, if it helps, we can do it in these dimensions, which were more or less the dimensions of the book already. Basically, it's the same dimensions as the Piff comic book, I believe. Or big enough to fit in the tacular nicely. Not too big.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then, eventually I got it done. Added a lot more than I would have, I think, as well, in terms of details on the pages. Just like extra stuff in there, which wasn't even in the original that I sent to Piff and Jade. Yeah,
because I remember you and I sitting on Zoom going over it, and you're like, this is what I'm thinking. And I'm like, yeah, you could do bits there, and there if you're doing that, and if you move that bit over, and us talking about it, and you were stressed to fuck.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. But no, everyone has been supportive of it, like from Vanishing Ink and all that, and Piff. When we went and saw Piff in Vegas this year, Piff says to me, so how's the comic book going? Is it done? Because he's basically handed all the responsibility over to Vanishing Ink to get this, because it's Vanishing Ink who's handling it all. And I just sort of grin and shrug at him, because it was like done like a day or two before leaving for Vegas.
Yes.
So if it's not done, there's nothing more I can fucking do.
Yeah.
Because this was like, it's meant to be going to print at this stage as well. So like, I don't know. The guy from Vanishing Ink.
I think they did actually email you and ask for something edited or changed while we were away as well.
Yeah. That was an easy fix though. But I said to Piff, like, look, Vanishing Ink said that they've sent it through to you for final approval as well, buddy. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I haven't seen it. I get a lot of emails. So, okay, valid. So, maybe that's why he ignored my previous 2 emails until the last one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with. Not that he hates me.
He's a busy dragon.
He's a busy dragon. That's right. He's got dogs to feed. Multiple dogs.
Treasure to guard.
Yeah, exactly. It's treasure to sleep on. That's what
treasure
it is.
To sleep on, yes.
Yeah.
Magic tricks to perform.
Yeah. At this stage, I don't believe the comic is going to be sold individually by Vanishing Ink. So currently, the only way that you can definitely get it is when it's available for purchase is through the deluxe edition of Piff the Magic Book Volume 1. I will be getting a crate's worth of comic books. I don't know exactly how many that is, but the plan is at this stage for patrons on Not So Good at This who want a copy should be able to purchase one from me.
Yeah.
Just directly from me. That's about it at this stage. But like I said, I don't know how many I'm getting. I don't know how much I have to assess the quality before I can say, yes, I'm going to be charging you this much for my fine wares. It's
hard to tell because they're not sold separately by Vanishing. There's no RRP.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't even have a barcode on the back. I don't even think it's got an ISBN. So
ridiculous.
It does have a copyright page though, so maybe it does.
Yeah,
maybe you
should have made up an ISBN.
Yeah, I'll make one. I'll just write it in on Sharpie. And of course, there's ones that I need to keep a couple of copies for myself, family and friends and stuff like that. So I don't know how many there's going to be. And then I might even reach out to Vanishing Ink after the fact and be like, hey, what do you think about this being its own thing? And Piff, of course. I need Piff approval.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because this is done for Piff. So
exactly.
Yeah. Which what is also funny about this is you've been in my video game streams recently that I've been playing. And it's happening quite a bit now while playing video games because they never come into the comic streams because they can see that I'm actually doing art. They come into the video game streams and they just start trying to be all buddy-buddy and have a chat with you. Like, oh, what are your interests? It's like, dude, I'm trying to shoot someone in the fucking face here. What are you talking about? What are my interests? And they're like, oh, my interests, you say?
Yeah,
I do.
Much.
Yeah, I do art, and I do commissions for, like Twitch profile stuff and subscription badges. And it's like, oh, that's cool, because I myself am an artist and I do comic streams every week. And in fact, I've got a book being published within the next month or so. And then they still are like, oh, how about I send you some of my work to see if you want to employ my services?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And it took me a minute to because that happened while I was on stream. It's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I just thought it was somebody who English wasn't their first language.
Yeah,
And sometimes that can come off a little bit sort of stilted and a bit like awkward.
Yep. I knew immediately, though, that like from the first thing they said and from the username. You might have been able to tell by the way I was talking to them.
Yeah, I kind of clicked afterwards, but I'd completely forgotten that was a mod on your stream. I was like, oh my god, I can't. And I tried to time them. I didn't want to be completely rude.
Oh yeah,
and like ban them. So I tried to time them out for 500 minutes because I thought that is a good timeout. I timed them out for 500 seconds. Yeah,
500 seconds.
Which is 8 minutes and 20 seconds for those wondering.
It was enough because they didn't come back.
Exactly. And lesson learned.
They unfollowed me. Good. So they should.
There we go. See, I didn't even have to ban them.
No, that's right. You did. It was good moderations from you there, Brogan. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think it's funny that it only happens while I play video games. I think it would be perfect if they came in during a comic stream because it says
hilarious.
Not so good at this at the top of the fucking stream. Everything's in black and white. It's kind of like not great drawing anyway. So there we go. I had some actual real content for Art Talk, and I feel bad because usually we start with you for Art Talk, Brogan.
No, I think this is great. This is exactly the good kind of art talk that we want.
Again, it's strange and privileged lives that we lead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If I hadn't have wormed my way, weaseled my way even into Piff's life, into Piff's world, this shit wouldn't be happening.
Yeah. How did that even happen again? Somebody asked me that, and I was like, I don't know. I think Wayne just did it, and then Piff showed up and was like, cool. No,
well, originally I wanted to draw a funny Piff thing, and the idea was Piff doing a trick for someone, and Piff saying, the trick isn't going to work and it's your fault.
Yes, I remember that.
So I did that and put it on Twitter, and Piff liked it and said that this is great. And I said, I wonder if I should do a full Piff comic series. And he said, you have my full support. So it became born of that. But it was months. It took me months because I wanted to get like a good backlog so I could just like post weekly. So I got like 5 or 6 comics made, and then during Tournament of Laughs, do you remember that show during the pandemic that Piff won? So it was during the final when they were waiting for the announce of who the winner was. They were doing a big push for votes on Twitch, doing a Piff's Golden Hour, Piff TV, and tuned in, and they're just sort of sitting there, not doing much, and it's like, this is the perfect time to email Piff these comics and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. I want your approval on this and that. We'll link the video again because I've got it on YouTube of me sending him the comics. And he opens the email on stream. And when I'm feeling down and bad about myself and not wanting to continue doing comics, I will watch this video. Yeah. Right? Because
I've got something similar with Pen, but
it's very uplifting. And he just starts laughing into himself, and he's like, oh man, these are great. And Alex is like, what? It's like, oh, this guy has just like sent me these Piff comics, and just like laughing at them all. And then he says, I'm going to humor this guy and tell them that they're great. That is how I weaseled my way into Piff's world.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. You've got that, and I've got I am Matt Donnelly's Nepo baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I love. And because my equivalent is whenever Matt mentions me on PSS about the postcards, there's a clip where Penn says, he does great artwork. He's a really good artist. And I'm like, yay!
Yeah.
Thank you, Penn. So whenever I'm like, I feel like shit.
Hey, buddy,
I watch that and I'm like, okay, I've got Penn's.
I did push the button when there was a slight lull in conversation.
Push the button again.
Hey, buddy, nice podcast.
Yeah.
Hi, baby.
But yeah, we've strange and privileged lives.
Absolutely.
Did I can't remember if I brought this up or not, but I think it might have been Wendy in Vegas posted a photo of one of the PIF signs where I art crimed and put a sticker on it. Sticker no longer on it.
Boo.
Yeah. That was the one, I think it's the one on like the Skybridge thing from the car park. Yeah, parking lot. Oh, well.
Rude.
How dare they? I wonder if the one is still on the big cabinet and the one on the stair sign.
I don't think it'll be on the stair sign. Somebody will have noticed. If somebody's noticed and taken it off the Skybridge, they've taken it off the sign. Yeah. They might have left it on the cabinet.
The cabinet is a possibility. Yeah. So again, dear cheesebags, if you're in Vegas and going to see the big Piff the Magic Dragon show and you see the big Piff display cabinet, see if there's a Piff comic sticker on it and take a photo and send it through to us because we would like to know. Yep. Anyway, Brogan, arting.
Yes. It's a thing that I do.
You have arted this week, I believe.
Have I?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't know. You tell me.
I have actually. So I kind of forget about this one because it was only posted in this last week. But I actually done it over a week ago. So Slaking sometimes reaches out to me if he has, because obviously he gets the ICS episodes early because he does the title cards. Yeah. So if he's got an idea for something and he's not 100% sure, or he maybe wants something drawn for it, he'll reach out and he'll run it past me. Yeah. So this one, he actually asked me about 2 titles. So one of them, I think the original title was, God, what is this guy's name? Guy that's in, Walter Goggins. Yes. Yep. Walter Goggins. And I think Matt had specifically asked for the title to be Bangable Goggins. So Slaking specifically reached out to me because he was like, Hunky Boy Goggins? And I'm like, maybe. He's like, I wanted to call it Make Cybertron Great Again. I'm like, that's a fucking great title. Get that. Yep. Use that. And he's like, yeah, like a MAGA Optimus Prime and stuff like that. And I'm like, we can do that. So he'd like edited it with Paul's face to put it on, and I'm like, no, I can do this. I can do this. So I drew an Optimus Prime where instead of his cap, he's got a MAGA hat. It's got Paul's beard because Paul was doing MAGA stuff. And it's my absolute favourite thing about this is I decided to put bumper stickers on
That's
him.
What I'm looking at now, the bumper stickers.
I fucking love it. Because I wanted like stupid MAGA bumper stickers that are like, that look MAGA but are like just absolutely ridiculous. One of them being, instead of Let's Go Brandon, it says Let's Go Megatron. Yep. Which I love. And my absolute favourite, so one of my absolute favourite bumper stickers is This Man Ain't My Son.
With Ted Cruz.
With Ted Cruz. So I decided to do that, but instead of Ted Cruz, it's Bumblebee. Yeah.
It's so fucking weird that just in general that This Man Ain't My Son. I think you even got the font right. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, it's I don't think I even edited that part. I think I just cut Ted Cruz out and put Bumblebee on top.
There you go. That makes sense.
Because I wanted it so close to the original. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to add more, but I was like, I can't think of any that are funnier. So I added that. I was really happy with that, how that came out. And I want to make a bigger version for like.
We should have saved this for bumper sticker and license plate talk.
We should have, but they're not actual bumper stickers.
Yeah,
although
not yet.
Not yet. Although I showed it to Chris because we were talking. When were we talking? I can't remember.
2 days ago. But I'm going to say 2 days ago.
Probably. We talk on Fridays, apparently. That's apparently our schedule. Because if I'm on a Zoom call on Friday, my mum goes, was that Chris? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah. She's like, it was a Friday, I know. But I sent him the close-up, and he was like, I fucking want the Let's Go Megatron bumper sticker. Make that a bumper sticker. So.
Oh, is it Unicron?
Yes.
The Planet Eater? It should have been Unicron, This Man Ain't My Son.
No, Unicron's something else. I think Cybertron is the home planet.
No, the one that eats planets from like the 1980s Transformer movie.
Unicron.
I'm kind of talking out my arse here. I'm not exactly sure.
Bum, 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 bum. Twin brother Primus. Chaos bringer, Lord of Chaos. Does he eat planets? Dedicated to consuming the multiverse.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So yeah, no, but
Probably to
make
obscure.
Cybertron.
Yeah.
Yeah, make Cybertron great again. It makes more sense. But and if you notice his MAGA hat, it doesn't say MAGA.
I don't know. I'm not looking at that at the moment because I can't see it on the timeline. Let me go to Hey Scoops.
Yeah.
Oh, it says McGar, MCGA.
Yeah.
Make.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it?
What's the title?
I don't know. I'm just looking
It's
at the
Make
thing.
Cybertron great again.
Great again. Okay, sorry.
God, it's MAGA, but instead of A for America, it's C for Cybertron.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Sorry. I
like
was not
that
looking
detail.
at the title card part. I was looking at just the big sticker part. Oh gosh. Sorry, Brogan. I'm sorry. But yeah. So bumper stickers, title cards, you name it.
I also did Good Omens art, and I forgot to post that anywhere but Tumblr.
Really? No, I haven't seen it. You might have to send it through to me.
I think I completely forgot about it until we were talking about Art Talk, and I was like, I know that there's something else that I've completely forgotten, so I'm actually going to send it to you.
Yeah.
Right this very fucking second. Where is he? Where's the boy? And I'm really happy with how this came out.
It's loading.
It's loading.
So this is...
So, you might not get it. So it's Gabriel.
I was going to say, it has to be Gabriel, just based on the hair colour.
Hair colour and the fact that it's purple socks.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
So, I read somewhere that... So I'm assuming that Gabriel's a seraphim, because he's the Supreme Archangel.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to be the highest tier. So I read somewhere that seraphim have 6 red wings. So that's why he has red wings. But this came about because I was thinking, I really want, out of Good Omens Series 3, a scene that's very similar to the end of Good Omens Series 1. You know, where they're standing in that sort of car park thing, where it's like Aziraphale and Crowley against Gabriel and Beelzebub.
Yeah.
Right? But obviously, spoilers for Good Omens Series 2.
Wait! Spoiler music playing.
Spoilers for Good Omens Series 2. Beelzebub and Gabriel go off to Alpha Centauri because, you know, they're in love. Whatever.
Yeah.
I would really, really like them to come back and be, like, for there to be some kind of final battle, because obviously it's going to be like Second Coming of Christ. I want a scene similar to the end of Series 1, where instead of Aziraphale and Crowley, it's Gabriel and Beelzebub against heaven and hell. Where they're just like, you two go and deal with this. We'll deal with fucking them up.
I don't think they will come back. I don't think they will.
I don't.
I think
I still want it in my soul. And I can draw Gabriel being cool as shit.
It would be bad writing, frankly.
It would be bad
if
writing,
they did.
yes.
Yeah. Yep.
And some would already say that Good Omens 2 is bad writing.
In what fucking regard? People are reading it wrong. It's not.
I do think there are bits that I'm like, could have done without that.
Okay, like which part?
I don't think the Maggie and Nina thing was good writing.
No. Okay, so yes, in their relationship, yeah, just between them, but with Aziraphale and Crowley then trying to get them together.
It was very obvious that the only reason that the characters existed was as a prop for Aziraphale and Crowley, as a reflection of them to move the plot along. That's the only reason. They didn't have really any personality besides these two people should be in love, and it's like, I don't know fucking anything about Nina.
There was not enough explored in I can't remember who's who. Who owns the coffee shop?
Nina.
Okay, so there was not enough explored in Nina's background because, I mean, they're not huge characters, so it's hard to do it, but they tried to insinuate too much. That Nina is in an abusive relationship, but didn't make it obvious enough that she is in the cycle of abuse and doesn't realize the signs. And doesn't realize that with her own fucking trauma that she is accepting it and not recognizing it, not trying to get past it, thinking that the problem is still all her in the relationship when it is clearly not. They don't. Yeah. Okay. So it's not that necessarily bad writing. I think they were limited to what they could do.
I think it needed a couple more episodes, because I'm pretty sure season 1 was 10 episodes. This is 6.
Remember. Yeah, it was a typical UK series length.
Yeah. So I think they could have done with a couple more episodes just to spread that out a little bit. They could have done more. I think... And then it was kind of shoved in at the end. And now, don't get me wrong, I love Gabriel and Beelzebub. Fucking love it. Mwah. Excellent. Love it. Could have done with more of that. Could have done with it spread over. Could have done with more of the hinting early on. Because it is hinted at when Beelzebub's like, you find Gabriel for me and you can have anything that you want. More hinting like that would have been good. Yeah. More clues. Just little things like that. And yeah, I think it tripped up in a couple of places that could have been done with slightly tighter writing or slightly more episodes.
I think the worst part about the writing was when Nina said, people don't buy vinyl anymore.
Yes!
That was what fucking the fuck? Laugh out loud. Are you kidding?
Like, what world are you living in?
Yeah.
Her shop would be making a fucking killing.
I think vinyl sells more than CDs these days.
That was the most unrealistic thing on the whole plot. In a plot where fucking an angel owns a bookshop, where a fucking demon is driving around in a Bentley, where an angel where heaven and hell are real fucking things. The most unrealistic part of that entire series is the fact that Maggie's vinyl shop isn't making money. Yeah,
it's a joke.
Don't believe it. Don't fucking believe it.
No.
She can't afford the rent? Fuck that.
Yeah.
What money laundering scheme are you involved in, mate? Who are you paying off with all your vinyl money?
Into the bin.
Oh, this paper's money. Right. Oh, money. Money isn't just cash nowadays. It goes into your bank account. Oh, right. Cool.
And you know what? It's probably not even that. It probably goes straight into the account because most people are just going to hold up their phone and hold it to the tap to pay.
Exactly. That's probably why she thinks she has no money, is because she is like dumb. She looks like the kind of person who has maybe like 3 brain cells. Yeah. Not quite 2 brain cells, but...
You know what? But she just didn't know how to do it. She's like, oh, I can't pay the rent. If only there was some other way to pay my debts. Wink, wink.
I mean, if I would agree with that, but that was clearly... I mean, give the landlords a zero fail, who's very obviously not interested in women.
No. And maybe she is interested in women as well, so...
Exactly. It's like we have nothing in common here apart from the fact we're both under the pride flag and have a shop next door to each other.
Yep.
She might have been able to try and flirt with Crowley, but... Because he is a man slut.
Yeah, I think Crowley, he's fine either way. But yeah, zero fail, I think. Straight into guys. Straight into guys. Not straight into guys, but like directly.
I think a zero fail is into Crowley, and that's it.
Yeah, that's right. So that would be more pansexual, I guess, being that Crowley is a person.
Single sexual. I'm interested in this one demon and this one demon only.
Yeah, and I just realised I just called Crowley a person, and he is not.
Exactly.
He's a fallen angel. He is a demon.
Because I remember somebody asking Neil Gaiman on Twitter, like, so they're gay, right? And his reply was, they're an angel and a demon.
Exactly,
He's like, they don't have genders. He's like, but they're in love. He's like, oh yeah, if you don't get that at this point, then you're never going to get it.
Of course. Anyway, art talk, hey?
Yeah.
That came from this. So from your Gabriel.
Yes.
What about just straight up gym art? Are you gonna do some gym art?
I might do some gym art. He's just a special boy.
I would like to see some gym art, but more accurately represented of John Hamm and his because John Hamm, he's not necessarily cuddly, but I don't know. He's more I don't know. He's not chunky, but he's got more mass to his face and stuff, I think. Compared to this Gabriel that you've drawn already.
I think it might be the angle as well.
Okay.
Because that is literally that is John Hamm's profile.
All right.
That's Gabriel's profile, quite literally.
My bad. My bad.
But I would like to draw Jim in his big ass fucking feather coat.
Yes,
because that is a look.
Yep.
He's so cute. Oh my god, he is baby. Hooray! Let the book selling commence.
I have already cut the spoiler music, but we'll keep it
early enough on.
Yes, that's not a spoiler, really. Yeah.
No.
Anything else? Anything else art-wise from you this week?
Oh, no, but I need to tell you about. I don't know if I want this cut or not, but I'm gonna say it and then I'll tell you later. Actually, no, I will tell you off.
Okay. Cool. We'll leave that then. Nothing else then? Does that mean it's time for the podcast within a podcast?
It does mean it's time for a podcast within a podcast.
And it's the Not So Good at This podcast.
Not so good at this.
The first comic we're looking at today is comic number 439. Working title, Kill For You. It's 3 panels long, and in the first panel we see a guy talking to his dog, and the dog's all happy and the guy's happy and he's saying, "I love you so much." And in the second panel, he leans in close to the dog and says, "So much, I'd kill for you." And in the last panel, we see the dog is taking the stand at a trial in a courtroom saying,
"It was emotional blackmail. I never wanted him to kill that guy." That's
the comic. And that comic is big thanks to patron Leanne K, who would never trust a pupper with their secrets, even the goodest of good puppers.
Not so good at this.
And the other comic we're looking at today is comic number 440, working title, 3 Sleeps, and it's 3 panels long. In the first panel, we see a girl happily exclaiming,
"Only 3 sleeps till Christmas."
And in the second panel, her friend responds, "It's July 16th today." And in the last panel, she says,
"Insomnia, baby!"
That's the comic. And that comic is big thanks to Patreon supporter Ryan G, who uses a 6-month advent calendar. That is a bunch of chocolate.
6-month advent calendar.
Chocolates.
Chocolate.
All right. Art talk. Continuing on. We've got some user-submitted art crimes.
What?
Yes, it comes from Ranchan. This was just directly messaged to us, and Ranchan says, "As promised, the necklaces I was stitching during Wayne's stream. I was doing Sonic at the time. I finished them up after I have a bunch to glue the backs on." Yep, that makes sense. I read very well. And, of course, we will put this on our socials and stuff like that for you all to see, but they are tiny little cross stitches. And they're great.
They're cute as shit.
Oh,
I fucking love them.
I was wanting to do, like, I was looking at some cross-stitch patterns and stuff and thinking, there's nothing cool that I want to do. I would want to do something like video game related. But
yeah,
this is encouraging. We got a Knuckles, a Sonic, a Tails, there's a Metroid logo, One-Up Mushroom, Super Mushroom, and a Superstar from Mario. But they're like, I can't, they're necklaces, so they must only be, maybe an inch? A couple of inches max in size.
Yeah.
But they're really good.
Yeah.
I do like, you look at the Knuckles and he's got the full black outline around him, which works perfect for Knuckles. But then like your Tails and your Sonic don't. It's almost like it's shadowing for the black outline.
Yeah, because you can tell that Tails has an outline, but it's like a darker brown, yellow.
Darker brown.
Yeah. And Sonic, it might be, but the blue's too very, very close to the original blue. But I like it. Works for all 3.
Yep.
You know, I love it.
And I might be wrong here, but I believe the One-Up Mushroom, at least the Super Mushroom and the Superstar, Super Mario Brothers 3 style. I'm pretty sure I'm right there.
I'll have to trust you on that because you know more about Mario than I do.
Just looking at Tails, it does look like he is wearing a bit of lippy.
Oh, I never noticed that. Thanks, now I can't unsee that.
Yeah. Looks like he's getting ready to kiss some cute boys.
Tails duck face.
Or Sonic has been feeding him chili dogs. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound right at all.
No, he's got his mouth open.
Huh?
No, he has his mouth open and that's it.
But no, Sonic likes chili dogs. That's all I'm got. Don't worry.
Does he?
Worry. Yeah, I think it's in the cartoon or something.
All right. I
It's
haven't watched enough of the cartoon.
His favorite food is like chili dogs, I believe. I don't know. It might just be a meme. I could be very wrong. And then I'm wondering, like, because these are like cross-stitch frame things, where do you find them that small?
Hobby Lobby?
Oh, okay. Sure. Michael's.
I don't know. Michael's.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael's has almost everything.
Yeah. But yeah, I am kind of encouraged now to, like, I did one time try to do a cross stitch, like, when I was a kid, and I couldn't do it at all. To be fair, I was not following a pattern. I was just, like, sticking the needle in the stuff and trying to work out what to do.
Yeah.
It didn't work. Didn't go well at all.
My aunt does a lot. My Auntie Maureen does a lot of cross stitch stuff. She's very, very crafty. Like,
yeah,
unbelievably so. She's sewing and you know, sewing, cross stitching, all that kind of thing. So she makes ridiculously intricate stuff like that. So when we were kids, you know, she got me and Mitchell to try and do it. And it wasn't that I wasn't interested. It's just that I wasn't good at it. Yeah. And I'm the kind of person that if I'm not immediately, if I don't feel immediately good at it, then I'm, that shit, no, putting it down. I think there's a half-finished cross-stitch in the attic somewhere.
do you know of what?
I think it's a house. I think it's like the most basic shape, like rectangle house, like a child's drawing.
Triangle roof.
Yeah, it's a beginner's one, anyway.
Yep. What do you call those necklace things with the little balls? Like the chain sort of necklace with the balls where they go in the weird claspy thing. I have memories of these things. I would chew on them. And, you know, the part that the end ball goes into to secure it in when you're like, like one of them, like the end of it getting like stuck on my tongue as a kid. Yeah, not good. It bled.
Oh,
So first thought when I see these, like, those are fucking awesome. Second thought is my poor tongue.
Trauma.
Yeah. Yep. We try to avoid that these days. That's another segment that's kind of dying, hopefully.
Yeah. I feel like it's the kind of thing that if I had a charm on one of those necklaces, I would wear it, I'd pull the charm out and then like wave it back and forward so it would zzz, 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 zzz.
Yeah, make on the necklacey thingy to make the noise. Yeah. But no, those are great. I love them.
They're good.
I'm interested to know if it's just for fun or if Round Chance sells these or not, because I know that at least their partner does goes to like retro cons and things like that. All
right, yeah.
So
this is the kind,
But yeah, it's hard. Like technically it's original art, and original art feels very hard to want to sell.
Yes.
Like Jonan Vasquez, anytime he does an original piece, he doesn't want to sell it, basically, because it's his, that is created, unless it's like a print or something. So it's, very hard to, so I could understand if not. But then again, it is something that is easy. Well, I say easily. I say it's something that is recreatable, redoable with time spent.
Yeah.
And I like that it was specifically done during one of my streams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think that is probably it for Art Talk. I mean, you would know if Art Talk was ending if we had theme music to actually have finish, but
we don't.
You know, no, we don't. So yeah, that's about it. Speaking of not being good at things immediately and giving up, I haven't done that with rollerblading yet.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because I'm not terrible. I can move on them. But when I went this past Wednesday, it was the first time I'd actually used my new blades. And because they're brand new, the wheels were very slippery. Because they got like a coating on them. So it took a good half an hour for them to sort of grind down a bit. So I thought I was just going to die for that first half an hour.
Yeah.
But then I got used to it and remembered I should be like taking longer strides, and I practiced like shifting my weight so I could like be on one foot and things like that more steadily. And I was also wearing my new safety pads, right? Just my knee pads. And you remember what they look like? They're sort of that grey colour with the red and blue stripes on.
The Speed Racer ones.
Speed Racer-y. Yeah, that's it. there were multiple occasions where I looked down and my Mario Kart pajamas are very similar colors, and I'm wearing activewear pants. I typically only wear jeans when I'm out of the house, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wearing these looser pants. I'm seeing these colors. Multiple times I thought, oh my fucking God, why have I left the house wearing my Mario Kart pajamas? That is a level of anxiety that I've not had in the real world.
Wow.
That's dream level anxiety.
That is. Wow.
Yep. But not just once. Not just fucking once. So my brain didn't learn.
That's hilarious.
Oh, goodness me. But yeah, it was tough. But they, when I was there last time, the music they were playing, it was all right. It was not offensive. This time, like after the first hour, it just restarted replaying the same playlist.
Oh no.
You say, oh no, but you're the kind of person who can listen to songs constantly on repeat. Do you like that segue? Do you like how I segue into that, Brogan?
I do.
So, you've been listening to a new song, a new stuff. What is it?
I have been... So, before I start this, are you aware of what Nightcore is?
Nightcore. I'm assuming, is it like... I'm going to say like heavy metal medieval style.
It's not Nightcore with a K. It's Nightcore as in the night, although that would be cool. Or there is kind of similar rock thing. Yeah. Like there is a thing called Bardcore, which is like medieval versions of like songs, including Pumped Up Kicks, which is a really good one because obviously it's not bullet, it's arrow. And I'm like, yes. Yeah. No, Nightcore is essentially just songs that are sped up. So higher pitch, faster. So
TikTok versions of songs.
Essentially.
Oh,
but Nightcore has been a thing for like since the early 2000s.
Okay.
Like it's been out for years, and I always kind of went, "Why the fuck do I want to listen to that?"
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I can't listen to a song, and I can't listen to songs at regular speed anymore.
I guess it's like me editing the podcast at 1.55 times speed. Our voices sound weird in normal speed to me.
Yeah. Like, so I can't like my entire Backflip and Killer Man playlist. I have a separate one that's just Nightcore, Backflip and Killer Man Nightcore.
Oh God.
And it's like, but it's all like rock, like Shine Down Devour, which is a good song. Skillet, Red, stuff like that. Songs that I already know, but are like, 1,000 Foot Crunch, just stuff that I'm like, yes, I want this song, but I want more adrenaline for this song. I want more bang for my buck.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been listening to...
I can kind of appreciate that. You want different versions of songs to rock out to. It's like there's versions of songs that I want that aren't on Spotify, which I'm basically going to have to rip off YouTube and put into my own personal library to listen to. Because like as songs evolve as like artists play them live and things like that, they start to have different meaning behind them and things like that, just for the artist even. But I actually recently have been adding my own music to my Spotify library, and that has caused me headaches.
What are you doing?
It's some microphone abuse. I was sitting on my headphone cable, and it was making noise. So basically, I wanted to make an ambiance playlist, right? So basically, stuff I can listen to that is just instrumental, right? So on Spotify, I can add to my playlist Mike Jones. I can add some Nine Inch Nails. There's some David Bowie I can add in there. Whole bunch of stuff that I can add, right? But then I'm like, well, I do enjoy video game soundtracks as well. So I could add a whole bunch of them that I already have on my computer.
Yeah. About
1,700 songs worth, right? Yep. Which is fine. And I add them all on my computer, on desktop, right? Because you're meant to be able to do it on desktop, and then it should sync to your phone. It wasn't working for whatever reason. Like the songs would show up, they would play on desktop, they would show up on my phone, but they were grayed out. Like, oh, sorry, this song is not available to you to play. And I've even downloaded playlists and stuff, So I already had I already had the songs on my phone as well. So they were just auto-populating when I did turn on local files. So I'm like, oh, great. Now I'll just make a playlist with them and add the songs that are on Spotify onto that playlist as well.
Yeah.
Your local files on the phone, you have to add the songs one at a time individually to a playlist.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Right? I can't do that. But eventually, somehow, I don't know what I did different. I got it working on the desktop, and I was just able to say Control-A, add to playlist. So that's what I've been listening to pretty much exclusively for the last couple of days, is this playlist of ambient kind of music. So much so, one night I went to bed with these big over-ears on, listening to it. And then last night, I used my earbuds, and I think it's helping me fall asleep.
Good.
Yeah. But the thing is, during the day yesterday, I did that. I had to pick up Kez at 5 o'clock, so I set an alarm for 4 o'clock. And I'm sitting there sort of dozing, listening to this calming music from, I don't know, whatever, Night in the Woods. All of a sudden, an alarm goes off in my head.
Oh,
Very
shit.
fucking jarring. Yeah. But then some of these Nine Inch Nails songs are very unsettling as well. So it's not the perfect playlist to listen to while falling asleep, I guess.
Out of curiosity, what is your alarm tuned? Like, do you have a song for your alarm, or is it like a notification sound?
It is a notification sound. So for waking up in the morning, this is it.
You're not sharing sound, I should probably say. Oh. No. That's all right, yeah.
Not terrible, but not great either.
No.
When it's time to take my meds, it's a different one. And I can't remember what I call it. What do I call it? It goes... Oh, yeah, I call that wibble wobble, wibble wobble. So every time it goes off, I'm like, wibble wobble, wibble wobble. See, I've tried using songs in the past, but it just makes me hate those songs.
Yeah. I can understand that, although, having said that, my wake-up sound is this. Do you know what that is?
I don't know it yet. Oh, is it Truck Stop All?
It's Truck Stop Forward.
Yeah.
So that's my wake-up sound.
Wow.
My Take Your Med, You Ignorant Slut is... And all other alarms is...
In tide of
yes.
black gun.
Yes.
Wow.
Which was really funny because I set an alarm yesterday for 5 o'clock because I was like... Because I'd come back home in between Edinburgh trips, 5 o'clock was the latest I had to leave to get into town. But I ended up leaving earlier so I could meet up with Mox.
Yep.
But so I set an alarm for 5 o'clock, and I was with Mox when my alarm went off. We were in a bookshop, and all you could hear was Paul singing that. Mox looking at me like, "What the fuck is that?" I was like, "It's Paul Mattingly, I'm sorry."
Yep. Oh, we were talking about me streaming, and I got very sad streaming on Saturday. So I was talking about patting dogs, and Nort was in the chat, and I was like, oh, but I really miss Misha, Nort's papa, Misha. And I think I said I would trade in patting all those dogs the other day just to give Misha pats again. And then someone else in the Twitch stream a bit later says, oh, the cute little photo of Misha. I'm like, oh, I've got to see this. So log in, see this. It's like, oh my God.
Oh, look at that face.
Misha, but also Misha watching me stream.
Misha watching you stream. That is cute as shit.
That little puppy.
Look at that good
makes
pupper.
me want to cry.
Yep.
I just want to boop that snoot. I just want to give that dog cuddles. Oh, such a good dog.
Such a good girl.
But also, it's as we mentioned last week, I get quoted from when I'm streaming, different things I say, either on purpose or by accident. This one was by accident. It just says, I need to finish this guy off. Wayne Geo. It's because I need to finish it drawing him. But then there was also this one. Oh my god, look at those other pictures of Misha. How have I not
Oh my
seen them?
God.
Look at that tongue hanging out
Look
with
at
the
the
ball.
tongue.
Oh my god. Such a good doggo.
Oh my god.
Such a good doggo. Anyway, this quote came from, it became actually, you know what? Cheese bags. We weren't gonna, this was a bit that may be dying, but you know what? It is time to broaden our horizons. Because it's time for swearing around the world. And today's curse word comes from the land of Australia. Region, Western Australia. I'm going to say it's got an offensiveness level of 4 stars. Language, English. Now, the way that this came about, it is definitely English.
I don't think Australians speak English.
Okay, come on. You say so many words that I don't even know what you're saying. I just pick them up contextually.
Yes, that's true.
But no, I messaged my friend saying, because I'm feeding the fish currently, but I totally forgot. I just messaged them saying, cunt-ass fish. And they had no idea what I was talking about. And they're like, what do you mean, cunt-ass fish? It's like, I have to feed the fish. It's like, oh, I thought that was just a new curse word you'd come up with. So now we just use that as a curse word.
Yeah,
Just
I've heard you
fish.
use it on stream and I had like no context for why you were saying. I was like, okay, these crazy Australians.
Yep, you did not have the context for it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yours get your slip-ups get recorded and saved on Twitter. Mine's do not.
Your slip-ups, what do you mean?
When I accidentally say something, I don't realise how it sounds until the words come out my mouth. Including which, when we were talking about, when I was at dinner with Vicky and Mox, I said something, we were talking about something, and I was like, oh yeah, I get paid in other ways by the Penn and Teller organisation. And both of them just looked at me and Mox went, no. I was like, that's not how I meant it!
Yeah. What is my father doing to you?
Glenn.
It's like, no, it's Matt Donnelly.
Glenn, no.
Oh, God.
No, Glenn is a sweetheart. I love and support every single member of the Penn and Teller organisation. I worship the ground they walk on.
Yeah.
They could hit me in the back of the head with a cell phone and I would still say thank you.
Would and have?
No, I wish
Not
they
yet.
had. I think that comes from one of the very early on in my watching Penn and Teller stuff. I remember it was Teller's episode of PSS when they're talking about Selfish.
Yep.
And they're like, oh yeah, sometimes Penn will throw the phone, but he'll throw it at an awkward angle.
Yeah.
And it'll hit off the edge of the bucket and land in front of the audience member, and Teller has to skip past like Little Red Riding Hood in his Easter basket. And they're like, we've not hit anybody in the back of the head yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Teller could hit me in the back of my head with my own cell phone, and I would say thank you.
Yep. I think what's hilarious about that, when they described that trick on that episode, they're not even talking about how it's actually done.
No.
I believe. Yeah, which is great. Yeah. It's another level of deception. Because when you think about it, they're not throwing someone's phone in the air.
That's not the bit that you need to be concerned about. It's a bit like what we know for a fact about Jelly Bean doesn't tell us anything about how the trick is done.
Yeah. The only thing I don't know about that trick is how they're getting the fish under the person's chair without them noticing.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it.
I agree. Although I was talking to Mox about stuff like it. I think because I was talking about you and I when we were like, oh yeah, we know how Jelly Bean's done. Yeah. And then I was like, and Wayne said to Matt Donnelly, like, I know how this is done. And Matt went, haha, no you don't.
We questioned. We didn't. We said we think. This is what my hypothesis is. That was all.
And Matt was like, no, that's not how it's done.
No.
And then Mox was like, oh yeah, if you knew how half Penn and Teller, like any of Penn and Teller tricks are done, it's so fucking ridiculous. It's so insane. And they count on that.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
so
makes me want to
insane
know
and
even
boring,
more.
which is what they say is the trick to keeping a magic secret.
But that's the thing. I mean, for me, I can understand why knowing how some tricks are done, it's like, oh. But I like watching them execute the techniques.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? That's my thing. I don't think Cammy quite realised, because Cammy said, yes, he's like, you're going to get so bored by the end of the show. And I'm like, you don't understand
Yeah.
I was like, I went to every single Penn and Teller show in London. He went, every single one?
Yeah.
All of them? And Mark was like, yeah.
Did I
Brogan's
fucking stutter?
a fucking freak.
Yeah.
Bro, like, I was like, if there is a Penn and Teller show on when I am in Vegas, I am at that show.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
I live there. Did I tell you, Tom, Ronnie's going to see them?
Oh, good. Good. Is Ronnie already in Vegas or not yet? We'll be going.
He leaves a week on Friday. And he's going with a big group of his friends.
That's
and he texted me and said, what shows should I see? And I said, I gave him a list of stuff. I was like, here's a list of shows. Here's a list of my friends who are in said shows. Yeah. Here is a list of food things. And he ran it past the boys, and the boys were like, we got to go see Penn and Teller.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
He's like, okay. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm biased because I live at the Penn and Teller Theatre when I'm there. But yeah, go and see Penn and Teller. Yeah. I fucking love it.
And speaking of executing things well, it's time we put this episode down, put it out of its misery.
That was a terribly executed exit line.
It wasn't it? Yeah. I get fed up saying, oh, gee, would you look at the time? It's pretty much time. But yeah, thank you for stopping in and listening, cheese bags. We appreciate it, and we also appreciate it. Oh, you know what we haven't done? We haven't set up thank yous for this month. It's the start of a new month.
I was literally just thinking that. Yeah,
we'll start that next week anyway. But if you would like to be thanked at this end of this episode or get a host of other rewards, all you need to do is go to patreon.com/nicepodbud. Check out, we got a few different levels there, including a super secret level that we'll never verbally talk about.
Yes.
Ever. Not on the regular show anyway. But if not, that's fine. We appreciate you just interacting with us on social media at NicePodBud, liking our stuff, sharing our stuff with other people, commenting, chatting with us. And if you've got an art crime of your own, like Ranchan, send it to us. This was sent directly via Twitter, so at NicePodBud.
I would also like to address, speaking of this and speaking of art crimes and Rancha, yes, fan fiction does count as art crimes.
Absolutely.
I can't guarantee that we'll know the fandom or that it may be lost on us, but yes, I want to see your fan fiction art crimes.
Send it in. And either through social media or admin at nicepodbud.com, or on the website there's a contact form. You can link us to things directly.
Yes.
But you can also support Brogan financially at the website www.7billionneedles.com, and you can buy fine wares or shiny things, as Brogan would put them.
You can indeed. And if you want to support Wayne, the best way you can do that currently is to go support his streaming channel on Twitch.
Yes.
Which is twitch.com/WayneGeo.
Twitch.tv/WayneGeo. Yeah.
You can tell I don't really say the Twitch. I don't ever have to type it in. Google automatically fills it in for me.
It used to fool me as well. A like is free. If you like my channel, that's great. It doesn't cost you anything, and it builds my audience, which I appreciate muchly.
Yeah.
But you can also talk to Brogan directly at 7 Billion Needles on all social media.
And the same for Wayne at WayneGeo.
That is very correct. Now we haven't really mentioned this, but there's an episode from last week that didn't get aired. That's been banked because I didn't edit it in time, and we've recorded 2 episodes this week, so it's not coming out this week.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.